Hello? Hello, hello, hello. Well, I hope you hear me well. Please tell me. Everything is okay, as usual. I have a new setup, so please tell me if my voice is clear enough. We can now, this is good. Okay, nice. Very good. Welcome, everyone. Oh, wow. Hello, Chef Andrew, Nell, Jay. Hey, that's Hey, Niv. Hi, Stads. Oh, I didn't know there were nuts. Oh, I'm sorry about that. I got used to YouTube Bring. Yeah. Time to be active for 13 minutes until I got a terrible score. Yeah. Yeah. Well, we will now learn if the puzzle ended with a 10 out of 10 or not. But yeah. Also, I did better than last time because I didn't submit last time. Yeah. I mean, of course. Hey, Rama. That is good. Okay, nice. I miss you all. I miss you as well. Please subscribe me. Yeah, Niv, I put that there for that reason. I mean, yeah, but I thought it was a very good subtext for this stream, honestly. Anyway, I'm about to link everything. I was just correcting the last two formulas to have all the judge comments in one single place. I do that to better read the comments, and then I guess we will start. Okay, those are Silverbyte's comments, and ending with Shintaro. Yeah. Okay, good to know. XXX. Just give me one more second. Just have to have the comments for all the puzzles, and we have them. Okay, nice. I didn't finish on time for turn 2, so but still possible to better than turn 1. Hello, good evening, Phil. Good evening. Okay, so this will go here, this will go here, and I think we can start. Okay, so welcome everyone to the the streaming in which we will know how round 2 ended. And first of all, sorry everyone for not being around in the last few days. I went on a little trip, then I tried to solve as many of the round 2 puzzles as possible, just for the medals. And well, life has been very strange for me in the last few months, but even more in the last few weeks and days. So, well, sorry. But apart of that, judges did like a fantastic job in this round, because puzzles were not easy. Puzzles were absolutely not easy. And some of them were very strange. We had a lot of non-unique puzzles and broken puzzles, and for some of the puzzles, we had a hard time receiving enough solves for the puzzles. That was the main reason for the delay. Two of the judges didn't have time in the first weeks of the judging period to solve. So I had to prolong that time. And I think it was for good, because now at least most of the puzzles were solved enough times, and the puzzles that received less solves were the non-unique slash broken puzzles, as usual. But the other puzzles received, I hope, enough solves for you to be like happy for the results or not happy for the results. Please stop crying, as I said before. But yeah, that happens if you have some more time now. Yeah, absolutely. That was the main reason. I'll try to manage and organize time better for judges for round 3, 4, and 5 at least, and we will see what happens in the next few months about that. But I'll surely try to solve your puzzles before, to have more time myself, and maybe help the judges if I manage to solve the puzzles before them, because some of the puzzles I didn't solve them, and judges had troubles solving them, and I wasn't like the best helping hand in that matter. In turn 1, I solved many of the puzzles before judges, and so I could help them more. And turn 2, this doesn't happen. This didn't happen, and that was the main reason for like many of the delays and problems. But anyway, the first thing that I wanted to say is that because of that, there is a thing that will happen today, and it is I will not give the medals in this stream. I didn't solve all the puzzles. I have still 7 of the puzzles to solve, and I'll try to solve them in the next few days. And after that, I write the medals in the chat on Discord. I think it's a good thing to do that, because I don't want to give a medal without solving some of the puzzles. I want to have like the entire round on my hands for that. I'll still try to say here what I told about the 22 puzzles I solved the round. But yeah, I guess it's not like a big deal, but it's, I think, the best thing I can do about that. I can do better. I mean, yeah, completely fair. Yeah. That said, let's see if I can. Yeah. Okay. That said, I think we can start, and I think everything is good. So yeah, we will start from puzzle number 10 and go downwards, as I said before. So yeah, like let's start. Puzzle number 10. Puzzle number 10 was not sent to us by Bowler Captain. So yeah, what can I say? It was a fantastic puzzle. Number 11 was Neglect, and number 12 was Awesome Sauce. And our first serious big deal is puzzle number 13. I will open this way. Puzzle number 13. Oh, and as usual, some of the links I will have to like restore the original puzzle to see, but I mean, yeah, you know what I mean. Like, because of some of them I solved them, and oh, yeah, I don't know why there is stuff here, for example. Oh, come on, sorry. Okay. Yeah, okay. So this one was a puzzle that I didn't solve, for example. So yeah, those lines are given. Yeah, and I didn't solve this one, and I thought it was me adding those, but it's not. So yeah, I remember having played a bit with this puzzle, so yeah, I forgot. But this is puzzle number 13. Fantastic puzzle solved. Yeah. So about puzzle 13. Let's start. I start reading the comments and then commenting. I mean, for the puzzles I didn't solve, but yeah, at least I have to solve. So let's do this way. I change a little bit my setup to see everything. Okay, nice. That works. Creative and fairly enjoyable with some interplay between the grids. There wasn't a lot of back and forth, and there was a lot of views, and the views themselves forced a lot of the logic. Yeah, maybe I should say something about the prompt itself. The idea of the prompt was to create a lot of interactions between the two grids, and I know for sure that much of the adherence was created around that, because I stated that to increase the adherence, you must force a lot of interaction between the two grids, and so like create two puzzles that do not solve themselves and work together in a relevant way. Okay, so it's like the setter wanted to have two puzzles that interact. So some of the puzzles had reducing the adherence because it was like one puzzle just split in half because you had to have two grids, but they could be one single puzzle, and that was like a penalty in the adherence. Another penalty was if your puzzles didn't do much back and forth, so they like okay, now you solve one of the grids like completely, almost completely, before going back to the other one, and so on and so on. So those two were main points of reducing in the adherence point. So this puzzle, for example, had activity score, for example, not much adherence, and I will share with you what I mean with that. But first of all, it was made by Fishmeat Parade, and I guess I can do that. It scored 8.3 with, like you see, a 16.5 in adherence, but stunning 23.5 in creativity. Fair enjoyment in general. The ratings in general were pretty high, honestly. You will see that the average scores were very high. You will see that in a bit, but it's absolutely higher than Turn 1 in general. So that's probably a good thing for many of you. I don't know for others, but for many of you, it's absolutely a good thing. But yeah, and you add 4 cookies in this round, so like yeah, as you can see, 3 for fish meat. So I will have to do a lot of back and forth today for the screens, but you have arrived. Hi, Akash. Please stop. It's a pretty good score. Yeah. Maybe I should do that. Maybe it makes sense to change these and stop crying. Yeah, it's a pretty good score. Yeah, it is indeed. Now, puzzle number 14. Puzzle number 14 was made by Oddly Even. Oh, this one was the you had a phenomenon down here. You had a phenomenon here and a quattro quadri here, and you have to draw a loop around the quattro quadri, and if the loop passes through like the red here, or like the green through the green here, like for example you do something like that, then something happens here for this kind of thing. Like it's a boundary between two regions of the phenomenon, and if it doesn't pass there, then those are in the same region, like stuff like that. I mean, and puzzle was honestly a bit awkward for me. The rhythm of the puzzle was strange, because I got stuck like for I don't know, like 35 minutes, just after the start, in the middle solve, I got stuck for like, I don't know, probably 40 minutes, stuff like that. And then it just collapsed, like in 1 second. It just collapsed. But apart of that, the puzzle was very brilliant, very nice. And one of the judges said just loved this puzzle so much. Very fun in general. And another judge said that Pempa might have been nice for edge drawing. And they also said that the pacing was a bit awkward for them, with an obvious break-in followed by hard step, and then it all fell apart. Yeah, it's like exactly my experience with the puzzle. But yeah. In general, low standard deviation for this one. And with 4 cookies, we receive a 8.6 and a 17 in brilliance. So, very well done, Dylan. It's a really cool idea. Yeah, it is indeed. It was indeed a really cool idea. And then we get puzzle number 15 from Melo Robinson. This puzzle required us to have like a clarification about SNG, but yeah, and how the interaction works. Puzzle is like this one with a simple edge path to the right, and you have those path clones that connects the same shape cloned here in the other part of the game. I mean, I didn't want to do that, but I thought I was insulted. But yeah. Puzzle was interesting. The puzzle was very interesting. Okay, wait, I should go here. I read a comment because I think it's like a perfect explanation of what happens in the puzzle. Never seen a concept like this before, but it translates into an amazing chaos construction with clever deductions. Most of the difficulty seems self-inflicted because it always looks so smooth inside. Well said. Like when you know what to do, it's very clear what to do. It's a thing that personally I find in many of the Bukuri puzzles, in which you stare at the grid a lot, and then when you think at that and you find out, you know, why you had to do that, for example. But yeah, it's a very unique puzzle, a concept that you don't see very often, probably never. One of the judges said, add neat interactions, so I'm giving it high marks. I felt like it fit the spirit of the prompt well. That judge didn't find something in the middle, not like fun, but well made, very well made. So like that was probably the best way to put it. And this one was our first 5-step puzzle, and like you can see why. But this puzzle got some like deductions in adherence because of the fact that like there is some ambiguity in the rule set that we had to ask the setter about. But yeah, apart of that, very interesting puzzle. Another 8.1 with 18.4 in adherence here, and yeah, and that's it. Let me read what happens here. Congrats, hello, Bupirm, welcome you. And now puzzle number 16 that was not made by Ron Ploner. And we continue with puzzle number 17. Puzzle number 17 was, okay, this one, I didn't solve this one, Andrew. It was one of the puzzles that I didn't solve. And Andrew, this time made something that like created some problems to the judges. The puzzle was like really insane, and yeah, this puzzle is insanely creative, insanely hard, and insanely big. Like the puzzle is this one, and I mean, you can see like this one as a Satan. I guess that if the prompt was create a Satan, this one would have the highest clearance because of many things. Like first of all, the big, very huge drill set that you can see here. I mean, okay, there are examples here. There is a big example here, but a lot of clarifications and stuff. But just this part is like just the interactions, just to clarify what I mean. Okay. And there is a lot of stuff going around. Like what I mean is every time the loop crosses the toroidal grid boundary, its nature changes, changing from mode 3 to entropic, to mode 3 to unconstrained, to mode 3 to entropic, to mode 3 to unconstrained, and so on and so on and so on. Like just to give you an example of what happens in the in this madness. Okay, we had to wait for a while before having solves for this puzzle. And in general, the puzzle felt like incredibly creative to the judges, like literally incredibly creative, but not smooth like at all. It's one of the lowest smoothness scores of the round, probably the lowest. No, not the lowest, but almost the lowest. The second lowest, I can say, and yeah. One of the judges said that good variation of logical deductions and they mostly flowed together well. It's unlike anything I solved, and most of my sticking points were resolved by rereading the pages of rules and finding something I hadn't internalized yet. So that's the point. The volume of the things is like huge, okay? Rough but pretty nice. Large portions of the solve felt very one-sided and not exactly interactive between the two grids, but apart of that, puzzle felt interesting. It's something that I want to try, but I didn't have time for that. But it's one of the things that I have to solve in the following days. It got another 5 stars, 5 cookies, I mean, and a 7.7 puzzle score. Let's see what people are saying. Well, it's Andrew, that's to be expected. This checks out. Should have guessed it due to the negative constraints. Yeah, so very well done, I guess, for a puzzle like that. And then puzzle 18. Puzzle 18 was from Prime Weasel. This puzzle was a very tiny puzzle, like a really tiny puzzle. Oh, sorry. Okay, sorry. It's this thing with you have these those two different animals here and there. Like you can see like a turtle here, for example, and the two regions have to be linked by identical region sides and how they are touched, but they can't have the same sides configuration, for example. So if the coloring of one is 134, for example, then the other one had to be 134 and must be 125, and so on and so on and so on. Puzzle was very neat, I guess. In general, I found it not much not much brilliant in terms of deductions. That's a thing that I can say. And you must find out something about the rules, because in general, this part about, like, for example, how they are attached to each other was not exactly perfectly clear to me, and stuff like that. But in general, the solve was smooth enough. But in general, there wasn't much interaction after like a little bit of chain and the start. There is not much that you can do in the interactions between the two grids. This puzzle was not made in in much time, but as you can see, because Prime Weasel said that in the the public chat. But yeah, very much love the aesthetics and the creativity. We'll be detecting some variance because the rules aren't very clear, and I think there is little going back and forth between the grids. The turtle basically solved the right of the path, leaving you with the swan, which was also a bit smoother. So yeah, that's pretty much a comment that clarifies everything. Puzzle is not hard in general. I personally don't know why it got to 3 cookies. I don't think it was a 3 cookies puzzle, probably more a 2, but yeah, it got a 6.6 anyway. Yeah, and that's it. Wait, what? This was my together? No. Yeah, it's a duck and the tart. Yeah, the duck. Yeah. This name. Yeah. And then just go straight to puzzle number 19. That, well, I'd say just that this one got to one of the highest scores of the round. And I mean, it's agent. And so, I mean, yeah. What can I say? It's a Masio region sum line Sudoku, and this connection between Masios and Sudokus was common in the round. We have some of the puzzles in which the number of the Sudoku says the amount of sets that are part of the Masio, some others that say that the number is the number of sets that are not in the Masio. But it's pretty much the same idea all around. There are like 3 puzzles like that, or 4, maybe 3. But the point is that. And this one was really, really smooth, honestly. I know that agent told me that his point was to make a puzzle that was really, really smooth. To not create something too hard and save cookies and stuff like that. Okay? So it was the point, and I think it worked very well in general. There were very good interactions. I really loved the top left puzzle of the top left part of the puzzle. I mean, referring to this. But in general, puzzle was very, very smooth. So yeah. I'll tell you what judges said in a moment. Usual back and forth. It has one of the highest smoothness scores ever. Honestly, straightforward puzzle with a good variety of logic and consistent back and forth play between the grids. Yeah, the back and forth within the grids was perfect. You have to constantly go around here and there, here and there, here and there. There are ways to like make progress in both grids without doing the back and forth, but the back and forth is just so natural that you are like incentivized to do so. Okay, so it's not like okay, I don't know what to do, I continue with one grid before finding something, and that's where the smoothness comes to play. Like you play that and you know what you're doing, and then continue, and it works very well in that regard. Okay, capture the spirit of the prompt well, say one of the judges. Yeah, so one of the lowest score standard deviations of the round, and it got 8.8 with a 19.6 in adherence and 24 in smoothness and 9 in enjoyment. Some things never change on ice. Yeah, I saw a bunch of Sudoku things. Surprised I made something normalish this round. Yeah, and still you got 8.8. But I want to say that 8.8 is not the highest score on the round, and I'll say that already. But yeah, anyway, the puzzle was fantastic. Yeah, and now let's continue with puzzle number 20. Puzzle number 20 that was made by James Sinclair. I'll open here. Yeah. You have a Sudoku and a Yin Yang connected. This puzzle okay. This puzzle is one of the puzzles in which I don't think there was much connection between the two grids. Okay, but apart of that, the puzzle felt fantastic. Um, and the judges said something like all the things that they said were about like the fact that you are solving like you're solving the Sudoku without much interconnection and much interplay. But like at a certain point, one of the judges said there was more back and forth at the end, and you needed both for the break-in. That's true, but like I didn't feel like it was a one solve. Okay, so like it was more like two different puzzles that are intertwined in a little bit of that, but not much. Apart of that, the puzzle was nice. It got a very high creativity and creativity score, I mean, and fairly high smoothness as well, with a 7.9, and the puzzle was made by Jen Sinclair anyway. I think I said that, but if I didn't, well, it was made by Jen Sinclair in any case. Also, I like how there is only one 4-cookie puzzle so far. Yeah, a lot of, well, now 2, but a lot of 3 and 5, yeah. Because the highest this round is the 99.5 mega scale. Is 6 cookies possible, or is it max 5? 5 is the max. 5 is the max. Yeah. 21. Puzzle number 21 was made by Niv. And sorry, Niv. Yeah, I know that I did say that I would have solved your puzzle in like 2 days or 3 days, but I didn't yet. And yeah, you will have to wait those few days for my medal if I give you. Your puzzle is scary, Niv. Starting from here, your puzzle is scary, and I had to wait a little bit for your puzzle. That's the biggest point. Anyway, Niv's puzzle is a nice tour permaculture, and the permaculture is a mid-loop accurate. So like you have 3 different things in this puzzle. And I will say already that this puzzle got 5 cookies from the judges. And I don't know much of what's happening here. It's just like you have a connection here between things that are connected in this way, like a colossal puzzle. But things are strange. Things are really strange, and I will let the judges talk to me. Really enjoyed this. I was hoping someone would do a colossal type puzzle. Combining the mid-loop, nice tour, and accurate is also a very unique combination, which worked out some really cool deductions, particularly in the hacker region. All that said, I think the rules and all the informations are very overwhelming, and it's hard to know where to make progress sometimes. One of the judges didn't like the clues of whether something belonged to hacker or mid-loop, since that makes it so you constantly have to cross-reference whether or not you are dealing with a special cell. And there were the moments in which that judge got stuck almost all the times. Another one said that the rules are intimidating but flowed nicely once everything was internalized. But they reduced a little bit enjoyment because of the length of the puzzle, because it was like a little bit exhausting. Well constructed in terms of creativity and logic, but unclear rules text around the overlap area that created a solve experience a little bit more frustrating. Yeah, and one of the judges said the great interplay between the two grids. I know like nothing. I just will say that it's like the second lowest standard deviation of the entire round, and you got 5 cookies with an 8.4 and a 17.5 brilliance, the highest so far. Flower, I guess, probably number 17. Talk about trading energy genes. I'd actually be surprised if it got 5 cookies. Wow. But this wasn't that hard. This was looks intimidating. So, although the poor accurate deductions were the hardest part, probably still rate 4-star. Yeah. I will tell, just for the sake of argument, that the actual score, like the exact score, I mean, not averaged, I mean, I think maybe you can be interested in that, was 4.5, was exactly 4.5, like literally 4.5. Yeah, so it's like the same that happened in 1 month. It was exactly 4.5. In fact, yeah, that one was because the initial reset broke on me and I hadn't proper time to fix it, so I had to ban hate fix things. So nice score, well done. 5.4 with that much reduced, I take it any day. Yeah. Yeah, anyway, as you can see, the scores are very high so far in general. I mean, like just look at turn 1 puzzles with an average of 7.6. At the moment, the average is 8.1, as you can see. But yeah. Puzzle number 22. That was made by Alex Hugo. Oh, sorry. Alex Hugo. Yeah. Okay. Alex Hugo puzzle was this one. This one was a Sudoku with a Masio, and it was another of the Sudoku Masio interactions that I said earlier. And this one had an interesting idea. If you have like just for the sake of argument, okay, if those are 5 and 7, for example, so this killer is 12. This means that the straight segment, like that touches the K here, will be long 12 sets. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, yeah, for example. And then basically the turn somehow. You get that. And puzzle was very, very interesting, honestly. I loved this one. The biggest problem for me was the fact that this puzzle like works around the same 2-3 gimmicks all around and all over, like for the entire solve. You have the same gimmicks all ever and ever. But the gimmicks are cool, and they are very well placed, and you always know where to look at, because every single step creates another one of those steps, and so on and so on and so on. It's very cool. It's very, very cool. Very well crafted as well. And yeah, and this one has one of the highest score of the entire round. So, generally well done puzzle. The grids played back and forth very well. Would have liked to see a bit more variation in terms of the deductions. Oh yeah, yes, that's exactly the point I was saying about the gimmicks. One of the judges said that initially it felt like the logic was overdone, becoming repetitive, but then you managed to set up some more varied and neat deductions later. So path was logical, smooth sailing, the rules set combined nicely, very enjoyable. Yeah, it was an incredible puzzle, honestly. A 3-star puzzle with everything in the right place, nothing to say against it. 8.7 with a 19.6 adherence and 23.8 smoothness, so like almost the same of Agents 1, and the same goes for the enjoyment, 8.8 against 9. So like even higher creativity than Agents 1, and yeah, and overwhelming 8.7. So very great puzzle. And then we got the first non-unique puzzle of this of this turn. Don't worry, I bring the average down. Yeah. One of my favorite situations. Yeah. So very well done, Alice. You go anyway. And then we go to puzzle number 23. That sadly was just a little guy's puzzle, and this puzzle was non-unique. I didn't try this one. I know that it had an unique part, not like it was not like the puzzle is non-unique at the very start. It's non-unique at the very very end, and that's the big problem, honestly. I'm sorry about that, but you have a Huban and a Japanese Sans in the two grids, and yeah, sadly the puzzle was non-unique. And what can I say? I'm very sorry about that. Oh, sorry. Sorry for the. Yeah. Sorry, there was an ambulance out there that was very, very noisy. But yeah, I mean. So, well, there is a thing that I must say about this one. Let me read one of the comments before. There was lots to like about this puzzle. The combination of the puzzles and the way they interacted was neat. There was a reasonable amount of back and forth in interesting ways. Lots of great logic, where you could find where to look for it. Unfortunately, with such a large puzzle, it is often difficult to know where one should look for the next step. That's clear. Another one of the judges said that there is back and forth, but large stretches of progress were made one grid at a time. But the puzzle was quite brilliant, lots of intricate and very clever deductions. And the human has a twist that was not expected and very interesting. Okay, and unfortunately, the ending is non-unique. The point is this: even if this puzzle had a non-unique ending, this puzzle goes received a very high puzzle score, a very high score, because it received an incredibly high creativity score and an incredibly high brilliance score. So even if the puzzle was non-unique, just a little guy received a 7.4 with only a 9 in adherence, because it got a 23.5 and a 19.5 in creativity and brilliance. And that's probably the first time in the 2 seasons in which a non-unique puzzle receives a 7.4 score. That was honestly insane. Even if smoothness and enjoyment were not so high, and adherence is like 9. But yeah, that's incredible. That's honestly incredible. 9.9 brilliance is crazy. Yeah, exactly. And that's just impressive. Someone had to take my place in breaking puzzles this season. We love you, Rat. We love you so much. Oh, come on. Very cool brilliance score contest. That's impressive. Yeah. Yeah, that was impressive. And yeah, I'm even more curious about this one. I want to see what happened with this. And then 24. 24 was Atrios 1. And well, I had problems with this one in terms of the fact that I didn't know how to make progress in this puzzle for a lot of time. Just because it was me. I mean, I looked at this puzzle for 1 hour, not finding the break-in. Then I just stopped. I talked about that with Niverio. And then, like the day after, I just opened the puzzle, stayed at that for 5 minutes, and then I was, oh, of course. And then the puzzle was like solved in like, I don't know, 20 minutes, probably even less. Brilliant, just brilliant. The opening is perfect. The mid-solve is incredible. The finish is, I don't know. It's, I don't know, awesome. just awesome, unreal. Loved this one. It's a phenomenon in Yang, and you have some connections between the number of unique phenomenon regions that are in the left side and the amount of shaded cells in the Yang. So like it's like the way it's constructed, what is to the left, what's to the right, and so on. Like it matters in this puzzle. So you know it's only a single puzzle that is constructed that way, okay? Because they refer precisely to specific rows, and it was very fun. It was just incredibly fun, honestly. One of my favorites of the round. I'm not giving the medals right now, but I will tell that this one had one of my possible medals, because I like have a short list of possible puzzles that will receive a medal, and it was just incredible, honestly. Um, and my opinion, it deserves even higher score than the one that received. But before doing that, and before saying that, like good interaction between the grids, the views placed together nicely, and it was very enjoyable and very smooth to solve. The logic was somewhat repetitive due to the restricted rules. What a charming and smooth puzzle this was. Every clue smoothly led to the next with the Yang and Philomeno constraints interacting the whole time. Very impressive. And yeah, one of the judges still said that some of the repetitive logic that is used was a little bit obvious, but part of that. Like what can I say? So the puzzle was not very brilliant in terms of score, but very high smoothness. Very, very high smoothness. Another 3 stars puzzle with a 19.8 adherence, 19.5 creativity, and 23.6 smoothness. Very high. And one of the highest enjoyments so far. 8.6. Very well done, Nick. Let's see if each beats me by 0.4 plus. So none of the previous ones are on the list. I didn't say that. I didn't say that. Some of the previous ones could be on the list, but this one, yeah, like what was it really one of my favorites? Like a lot, by a large amount of distance from others. So that's why I wanted to say that. I really liked this one. 25. 25 was oh yeah, Next Master. And this one was another one of 5 cookies that I didn't even try to look at. I will at the right moment in these days. As you can see, some of the puzzles that I didn't solve were just 5-star puzzles from the judges, and I must say, I have no idea what's going on in this one. I'll just read the comments of the judges because I have no idea. I even had a look at the solution guide, and I didn't understand anything on them. So, I mean, yeah. One of the judges said, props for originality and impressive to make unique. However, the right questions to ask in the right grid were hard to find, and the left grid did little to guide the solver to them. Really like the originality of this rule set combo. Unfortunately, after some initial progress on the left grid, which didn't help on the right grid, it took me 50 minutes to find a break-in on the right, which also immediately solved the whole right grid in 5 minutes, which means I had basically 0 interactions. So then they wrote an update in which they said that they found the idea they missed. That was pretty cool. But also, cool idea, but unpolished execution in general. That was their comment. And again, Next Master, you are welcome to ask in the public chat, and maybe judges will say something. about what you did and everything. I know nothing. I just have no idea. Uh, I just know that like your puzzle got another 5 cookies with incredibly high creativity score with a 23.33, and yeah, that's a very low enjoyment with a 5, and yeah, and less adherence score because of the fact that they didn't find much back and forth through the 2 grids. That was pretty much it. I will be very happy to understand what's going on here. Anyway, 5 cookies? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's low for you. Yeah, I also have no idea how to start that one. I don't know. I don't know. I will have to find out in the next days. I'm happy with that score, mission accomplished. Yeah, okay. But I will write to you anyway after I try and solve this one because I'm really curious. But we go straight to puzzle number 26, not made by Good of Hours, and puzzle number 27, not made by Adim. So we go straight to puzzle number 28. That was the Evil Omino. Yeah, sorry. I was not at home. I arrived at home like 2 hours ago, just in time for the stream, and I didn't have time to reopen all the pages to make sure that I had everything related. So for some of the puzzles, you will see probably the solved grid, but yeah, it's the Evolomino that stays for evolving polyominoes, and a Sudoku to the right, and you have like some connections between like the idea of polyominoes that grow inside this grid in a way that, like for example, you get. I mean, I'm just making an example, okay? Like you do that has this form, and so this means that in this arrow there will be another one somewhere that okay, the, yeah, I didn't to take a good example. Okay, let me do that this way, and this will means come on, okay, this will mean that like yeah, let me do that this way. You have this that goes this way, and then you will have another one that is the same, but it grows somewhere, for example, or somewhere, or somewhere, or some, and so on and so on and so on. And there are some rules that connect and do stuff all around the grid. A thing relevant, this puzzle, even if it has an answer check, for some reasons, when you solve the puzzle and complete the puzzle, the answer check doesn't trigger. I can tell you that the puzzle is unique, and your solution is probably right, but the answer check doesn't trigger. I don't know why. Anyway, I think here there is not much interaction. You solve a lot of the Sudoku without doing much here, but the nice finish, like fixes all the problems. I mean, it was a very, very nice ending. The puzzle was made by Second Blue, anyway, and it's another of the 4 cookie puzzles with a 8.3, very high 23.75 creativity. Again, you just went very creative with this round, honestly, you all. And what about the comments? So much of the Sudoku solves itself without interacting with the other grid. Minor frustrations with the limited time puzzles, but yeah. This didn't affect my scoring, but know that the pattern of lines in the Sudoku is rough for colorblind people. Anyway, inventive rule set with some fun reactions. But the Sudoku wasn't particularly memorable, and large stretches felt like Sudoku only. So yeah, that's what I said earlier. Um, yeah, very creative composition. Sadly, the execution felt a bit flat because the grid solve is very separated, but apart from that, still very liked the idea. 8.3. This looks epic. Yeah. For some reasons I can't. Okay, can't open the. Oh well. Okay. And now go back to number 29. Puzzle number 29 was. I must find it. Sorry. Oh yeah, net puzzle. It was net puzzle. And net puzzle is a stone, and not a 4 quadri, but a 6 quadri. That is, I mean, my Italian origin and language is very happy for that name, honestly. You can understand why. The puzzle was just very enjoyable, honestly. Smooth, enjoyable, creative, everything is like done like perfectly. The interactions are very good between the two grids. Maybe not too brilliant, but everything works like just perfectly fine. And the scores reflect that with that 3 cookies and 8.5. And as you can see, high creativity, high smoothness, a very high enjoyment, 9, the same of Agent's Puzzle. Everything was fine. A little over average brilliance, but you can see part of that puzzle got a very reasonable 8.5 rating that I think is still higher than still higher than the average. Yeah. Oh, 16 is exactly the average. Yeah, never mind. That's very well done, Nell. Anyway, very well done. Was a perfect DA, yeah, exactly. I thought this one may be Agents at first glance. It feels like an Agent Curiosity. Yeah. It's honestly something that, in terms of smoothness, that could be made by Agent. Very well done. Puzzle number 30. Number 30 was not made by Pretty Good by View. There are no 2G, but yeah. And now let's go straight to puzzle number 31. That was Donatello's one. Let me open this one. Oh, yeah. This one is another one that I didn't solve. But I know that some of the judges were not exactly happy of the fact that the relation between the two grids is very like strict and very narrow. Not very strict, but yeah, like in a way that you can think of the puzzle as only one grid, okay? And that was a thing that some of the judges didn't like about this one. Where the puzzle felt like a single grid hybrid rather than two distinct puzzles, which to me seems like a complete miss on the adherence. For adherence, the grids weren't supposed to be part of a single large grid, and while you drew a separate copy, they largely functioned as a 1-11-11. So, like, the puzzle was incredibly smooth and fun as a solve, they said, but they really nuked the adherence score for the fact that like they didn't think it was one grid. Sorry, they didn't think that there were two grids. They just thought it's one grid, and the puzzle is very hard also, so not very smooth for another of the judges. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Another 5 cookies round, 5 cookie puzzle with a 6.5 in this round. I wanted to say another 5 cookies puzzle in this round, and then I said another 5 cookies round. But you get what I mean. And low enjoyment, but yeah, 6.5 with an 8 and adherence. It's a lot. And the point is this one got a lower adherence than the puzzle that was non-unique in that regard. Oh, and also it was non-unique. I'm sorry. Oh yeah. Okay, never mind. 31 was also non-unique, so that's also something that nuked the adherence, not only the 2 grids. Yeah, never mind. I wonder if there will be a 2-cookie puzzle this round. I think you can see why also judging took a lot more time than turn 1, honestly, because like 3 was the average in turn 1. Here the average is already. Oh, what's going on here? Okay. I don't know why this didn't happen, but yeah. At the moment, there is no 2-star cookies or 1-star cookies. Yeah. Well, anyway, I'm sorry, Donatello. And then go to puzzle number 32. Puzzle number 32 was Akash puzzle. Akash puzzle was another one of the few Sudoku Masio, right? The Sudoku Masio ones, but with a 4x4 Sudoku. And yeah, it's a simple concept, works fine, nothing to say about that. It's like, what can I even say about this one? Even for an easy puzzle, I think there are too many clues that are forced from the start. So like the solve path is not exactly controlled by the setter in this case, but for a puzzle that is so easy, it's not uncommon. One of the judges solved it in 3 minutes and 40 seconds and said, "It's an idea. I would almost give these 0 cookies, but currently it basically solves itself. The clues given don't allow for interesting deductions, but there is a snack toku that is so tiny that it finishes almost immediately. But the puzzle is not as bad as some of the single scores could suggest, but it's fun and it's a snack, and that's nothing more than that. Logical deductions were extremely basic, but they were here. And still, well, the puzzle was very smooth, and I mean, you can see why. And this puzzle got a very high standard deviation of 1.8. That is insane, because some of the judges just liked the fact that the puzzle was very easy and solved, and nothing. There was nothing against the puzzle. So, yeah, it received an incredible 1-cookie puzzle with a 7.1 score, 15.86 in adherence, and 12 in brilliance. Very smooth and very enjoyable in general. That's pretty much it. Oh yeah, sorry, Donatello, but I was just saying that your adherence got nuked because of the non-uniqueness and the fact that the 2 grids of your puzzle were considered as 1 grid that was separated just for the prompt, but the puzzle is only in the 11x11 pretty much. The other one is just another like visual of the 9x9, but it's not like it's another grid in which other things happen. So they just nuked the adherence for that. That was pretty much the point. But yeah. Anyway, puzzle number 33. Very, 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 very well. Well, I I'm not finding. Sorry. Oh yeah, J. Yeah, it's J's puzzle. Oh yeah, sure. It's J's puzzle. So you know already what happens when we get J's puzzles, right? So you have this interesting thing in which you have yin yang Philomeno and yin yang Mesio around the two grids, and yeah, as usual, a very smooth puzzle from Jay that solves very nicely, very enjoyable, very brilliant. Everything is what you can expect. But as I said earlier, I don't remember for which one. I don't remember exactly at this moment, but for the second blue probably, yeah, for the second blue puzzle. There is not much interaction, and the judges just said similar stuff. The premise isn't very creative, but execution is excellent. Favorite two cookies puzzle of this round for that judge. Another one said that until the first grid resolves, the back and forth was great, but then after one of the grids solves, there is still a lot of stuff to do in the other one, and so they would have liked to see more back and forth between the two grids. Apart of that, the puzzle got a very high 8.7 that gave you another 9 enjoyment, 18 in adherence. Very nice and very well done, Jay. I made a mistake earlier myself and it to be over here. 34. Puzzle number 34 was Dead Jokes 1. My only complaint is that the restrictions placed on the values of the letters by the grids made the puzzle feel just tiny bit repetitive, because the possibilities were so limited you ended up doing the same thing several times. That's what one of the judges said about your puzzle. I felt like solving some of the puzzles from the previous Agents competition for this one, or some of the puzzles from like 2-3 of season 1 from the permaculture, because many of the ideas were that exact same type of deductions, and yeah, the puzzle was very enjoyable. Tracking randomly placed letters between the grids was a little cumbersome, and having some pentomino letters that weren't pentomino clues scattered in a pentomino puzzle caused some occasional missteps, one of the judges said. In general, I can say that it was very well done, and probably it's a puzzle that could use some sort of better notation, or adding some stuff around the two grids to help the solvers somehow. But just to help, like in terms of user experience and user interface, like literally user interface. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Anyway, and this one still got 23 in creativity, and like one of the highest smoothness scores ever, 23.67, and the highest enjoyment, 9.33. And this one was the lowest standard deviation of the entire round. So, all the judges say they wanted you to have a very high score. 8.6 is very high. So, yeah, again, 8 in terms of average at the moment. So very well done, the jokes. And we can go straight to puzzle number 35. That was made by Fry Guy. And before looking at that one, I will read the comments. Pair, I saw it as the smaller one controlling what's happening to the larger one towards its larger. It's J-Wo. Okay, so congrats to everyone and Fry Guy. Fry Guy's puzzle was this one, and yeah, like for one round, Marty joined clearly the league, and yeah, I don't know what else to say. Average of 8 is crazy. Yeah, normally I think of 8 as the boundary for getting a top score. Yeah, exactly. This round was just insane in terms of scores, honestly. Literally insane. I was not expecting that. But yeah. Friday's puzzle was not rated much in brilliance, but very highly rated in all the other scores, honestly. And another 8.7 with an incredibly high 23.2 in smoothness, 20.4 in creativity, 8.6 in enjoyment. Exceptionally smooth and enjoyable puzzle, fun puzzle, very cozy puzzle, fun solve. Minor note is that I felt the bottom grid didn't give much in terms of deductions during the solve, only basically starting to resolve itself towards the end, but that's okay. Some reduced a little bit in the adherence because you have lower grid info in memory, solve the top grid, and then solve the bottom. That's like the usual, not very much connection, but a bit of it. So that was pretty much the point. So anyway, very well done, guy. Very well done. The scores are actually crazy. I probably shouldn't have set a Knight's Tour safety. I mean, this is insane, honestly. This is just insane. I've never seen a round with those puzzle scores. Never. In the entire league. And I expect that round 3 with the mystery puzzles will not go this way, honestly. I expect like an average of 6 there, but like, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. But you see what I mean, I guess. Anyway. Samupiano didn't submit for puzzle number 36. And instead, puzzle number 37, that was non-unique. And, well, number 37 was more Maggie's puzzle. And there is a story here, because I said here the fixed link, but that one was non-unique as well, sadly. I will share with you like directly the non-unique, the fixed version of it, and it's non-unique as well. It's a display data here and a phone above here, and this puzzle like got a head dash to many of the judges. I went back and forth to some of the comments and helps and hints that Murmagli gave to me, and sent them to the judges more times, to like 3 at least, or 4 judges. Yeah, maybe 4 judges for this one. And I'm very sorry that the puzzle was non-unique, was still non-unique at the end. I will read you some of the comments before giving you the scores. Like, the creativity was really interesting. The big deal, the big point was the fact that both grids were non-unique, and like what happens in the grid is not very back and forthy. At the same time, judges didn't like the puzzle, honestly. Didn't like what happens, apart of the fact that in the places in which the puzzle works well and it flows, well, it's fun, but where the puzzle sticks and you don't know what to do, it was not exactly their best experience. Still very creative, of course, and at a point that it got a 24 in creativity, and 5 cookies and a 6.3 in the puzzle score. As I said, non-unique puzzle, 12.5 is also for that reason, and well, low smoothness and enjoyment. That's pretty much it. It's because of the awesome prompt. Thank you! Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And these don't even involve the continuity bonus yet. We also know agent isn't even the highest score. Yeah, exactly. I like the humor of this one. The aesthetics of this one were amazing, at least. I find it funny that we consider the grid where replace letters to be the numerical grid. Yeah, exactly. Anyway, puzzle number 38. Sadly, not made by Kale. And this changes some of the expectations, because I know that some of the participants here just thought that the scores higher than Agents ones were from Case Puzzle, and it's fun that one person, when I said that one puzzle received 2 tens out of 10, wrote to me in private asking, was it Kale? Just like that. But no, Kale didn't submit. Yeah, exactly. And still, well, puzzle number 39 was IDs of Sujoiko, and 40 was by Maze Gator that didn't submit. So I guess we can continue directly with puzzle number 41 that was made by Kalump, and it was the other massive, but this time not with a Sudoku, still with a number placement puzzle, Doppelblock, and yeah, the puzzle was fun. This puzzle was very solid. And with very solid, I mean really solid. Smooth solve. I mean, I don't think how you can be smoother than this in a puzzle that is not a 1-star. Quite enjoyable, interesting, without being insanely difficult. Nice smooth puzzle with decent back and forth logic. One of the judges said explicitly that they didn't like that there was the connection between the two grids here and there, like the fact that you have the same size and shape sub-region here connected to this, because it's like a workaround, and that judge reduced your adherence for that reason. But apart of that, the puzzle was like very good, very interesting. Another 8.8, same rating of Agents one. Yeah, same rating of that, with the highest smoothness ever, 24.5. Well, ever this round, I mean. And yeah, again, another very creative score here, with a 22.75. That's honestly incredible. So, oh, Maze Gator also didn't submit yet, exactly. Who would have thought that Masi was the big winner in this round? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So very well done. And so you have two of the two winners at the moment have both 8.8 with a massive something. So congrats, both. And then 42, puzzle number 42. Puzzle number 42 was the bookworm one. And Oh, you're right. Yeah, 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 sure. Yeah, sure. So, sorry. 42. Um, I really enjoyed the interactions, but not only the interactions. I think that I really loved about this one is how much of of the like how much times all of the clues are used. What I mean with that is that all of the arrows here, outside and inside, are used multiple times. So it's not like, okay, this one is used for the break-in, or this, I don't know, um, this bunch of arrows, like those 3, 4 arrows, are used for the break-in, and they are not used ever again. It's not like that. The entire puzzle, like, involves the use and use and use of the same things a lot of times in the different steps. So you have to use some of the things explicitly, the external ones, more the internal ones, but not only. I mean, multiple times, sometimes to refuse some possibilities and sometimes to force some other possibilities, because in the outside you get the number of cells inside the loop that will go inside, and inside you have two different things that could be the meaning of those arrows. And so like there is a way, like, for example, you know that this one is not something, and then at a certain point you must you know that it's the other one, but you can't use that yet, and you use that later on, and so on and so on and so on. And it works very well. Like the puzzle felt very organic in a way that I wasn't expecting, considering the size of the grid. But it's very organic, and it's not like hard in terms of deductions. It's just long. I will say it's a 3 hours solve. It was 3 hours solve in my case. If I yeah. Sorry, I didn't see, but yeah, it was a 3 hours solve in my case, and wow, it was very, very fun. What judges said about this one? First of all, they found it harder than me. In my opinion, it was more long than hard, but in general, you got 5 cookies as well. But you got an incredibly high creativity score, and well, a very high adherence for obvious reasons. Elegant design and clever rule set. My only issue was with the top rightmost outer arrow. I couldn't find a nice way other than a weird contradiction. Maybe I missed something, but if not, one more clue might make the puzzle flow a bit better. They are talking about this one. They didn't like too much of it. I'm not recalling what's going on with this, but I think I used some connectivity stuff of the loop inside to work with this, but yeah, I don't remember yet. Still, a very high score, one of the highest of the round, with an 8.7. With again, 19.67 is incredibly high. It's probably the second highest. Yeah, it's the second highest after Reach. And highest creativity, 24, the same of the Andrew Searches and Omagi. And yeah, almost 20 smoothness, and yeah, that's it. Three hours is hard, considering certain kind of being that big. Yeah, exactly. The fact that we have like 10 puzzles between 8.6, yeah, so crazy. Yeah, that's insane, honestly. It's and still puzzle score 8 because of some of the puzzles. I mean, there are some outliers, but if you don't consider those outliers, it's just insanely high. The average would be like 8.2, 8.3, 8. 4 maybe. It's just insane, honestly. Yeah, congrats. The bookworm, I will tell you the same of what I said to Nib, considering that you were asking. If you give me a second, I want to tell you what was the real average not rounded of for the cookies. Okay. Oh yeah, it was 5. It was 4.7. So yeah, it was 5. It was 4.7, not 4.5. It was exactly a 4.7 in your case. So yeah, and then you guys are welcome for keeping the average low. 43. Okay. 43 was from Math Guy, and I mean, yeah, I guess you can expect it was from Math Guy. This one, it was the p-adic full rank, and yeah, I will tell you. This puzzle got a 5 stars rating, a 5 cookies rating. Not for the puzzle itself, but for understanding the rules of it. There was a discussion in the judges channel about the fact that one of the judges spent like a lot of time, and with a lot of time I mean like 70% of their time in the puzzle, just understanding what the p-adic full rank meant. Okay. So it was a thing. Okay. One of the judges said that the first problem is that it's not like a puzzle with 2 grids. The second grid was just the edges of the first grid. The second problem is the use of the p-adics. It's an extremely overpowered piece of machinery, which put the puzzle out of reach for almost everyone. A master's degree in mathematics shouldn't be needed to understand the use of a puzzle. And still, they said there were easier ways to clarify the logic, because the logic is extremely simple once you understood it. So there were easier ways to give these puzzle and these rules to the people. Exceptionally creative, but not an enjoyable solving experience. And yeah, another judge that likes math said that they didn't find it very enjoyable, but because of the rules, felt a bit too engineered to be convoluted, but the interplay was great for adherence and creativity, and the break-in was brilliant. That's pretty much. I made like a collage of the different comments from the judges, and yeah, there is an example for anyone who wants to look at it anyway. And it's another 5 cookies puzzle with a 6.7, and as you can see, it's got the highest creativity. So sorry, Bookworm, Mormagli, and Andrew, you have not the highest creativity. Well, not anymore. But as you see, 4 in enjoyment and 13 in smoothness were the points of lacking that got 6.7 at least. So yeah, let me read the comments. A second. I had to step away, but I'm happy with my score. Yeah. Hey, hello, the jokes. If it was 4.4, would it be rounded to 4? I think so. I wrote in the I wrote somewhere. I wrote somewhere that so far the lowest. I'm reading the comments in the Discord. So far the lowest is 8.3. There's only one puzzle, since there is a broken entrance. Yeah. Okay. Let me read. Yeah, okay. Just to answer, it's this one. I wrote it in the comments. 1 to 1.49 is one cookie, 1.5249 is two cookies, and so on and so on and so on. So, yeah. So as you can see, 1 cookie and 5 cookies are the most difficult to receive because they have only, yeah. And still 4.5 to 5, yeah. Well, I'm thinking we spent 5 extra anyways. Yeah. Well, anyway. 4. Yeah. It was not made by Elytron. 4.5 was DID given to this summation, and 4.6 was given to Botmeister. Yeah, okay. And now 47. 47 was Fill the Arts puzzle. And it's oh come on, sorry. Okay, it was the Awake Sudoku. Fun interactions. It's interesting the fact that for the way the interactions work, that connects the arrows to indexing. Like the point is that the arrows index stuff in the rows and columns of the big Awake, and it's interesting because just for how the arrows are, because they are counting distance. You are indexing only in a little bit part of it. Okay, not exactly little, but in a part of the Awake, in the 9x9 of the Awake, or 8x8, but you guess what I mean. And it's interesting because like you have the remaining part of the Awake that is not ever indexed. That was fun. This was a strange idea. Personally, I think that the connection works only in one direction. Like you're not doing much from the Awake to the Sudoku. You are doing a lot from the Sudoku to the Awake. That was one thing that I didn't like about the puzzle, but the puzzle was interesting in the case. And that's why I personally think that the rating should be, at least in my opinion, a little bit lower. I didn't like much the way the two puzzles interacted. The adherence, in my opinion, is a lot lower than what judges thought, because it works only in one direction, I mean. But really loved this puzzle. While there was obvious relevant connections between the grids, the solves of the two puzzles felt very disjoint. But in any case, the puzzle itself is fun. And another 8.6 with a 16 in adherence. I mean, in my opinion, it's more like a 12 in the adherence. That's part of that. Yeah, you get the point. And again, the highest enjoyment so far, the same as the Jokes one, in any case, and same 8.6 anyway. As you can see, a lot of 8.8, 8.7, 8.6, 8.5, 8.4. It's a lot of the, okay, maybe even 8.3. A lot of the scores are around there. So let's see what happens with the last 9 ideas, right? So let's go back to puzzle number 1, not made by the Cogito. Sadly, they didn't submit as well. And number 2 was instead the pairing pianist puzzle. I'm happy to say that this one was instead done. Next turn target cookies is -5. What? Or is 5? Okay. Congrats. Glad Damal was the judge, lol. Oh, I really enjoyed the puzzle anyway. It was just the adherence. Rip Cogito. I like this one. Okay, so about this one. Well, this one was brilliant. This one was brilliant, and a lot of global deductions. It's just a miracle, honestly. It's a miracle that those three things, those three arrows, just work perfectly to solve everything. It was very nice, very very nice. And I mean, you have a loop around here that's is a snake egg loop, and inside you have a Sudoku with another whisper loop somewhere in the grid, um, and a single crop key, of course. And you have some matching between the digits in the whisper loop and the eggs around the snake egg loop, and yeah, and and the arrows force stuff around the grid. It was a nice puzzle. There were some good global deductions about how the grid interact. One of the judges said that there was minimal meaningful back and forth interplay, sadly. And I mean, the fact that this puzzle is literally a miracle, it's one of those things in which when you find out the interactions, the rest of it solves itself. Okay, so clever construction, but the Sudoku scanning a bit aimless, and in general, not much back and forth after the things happen. So that was what they felt. And about the scores, I can already share with you what judges said with a 7.7, and as you can see, 16, almost 16 in brilliance, 18, almost 19 in smoothness, and lower, a little bit lower enjoyment. That was pretty much it. It's all a little bit lower the average of the round. And a 7.7, still a solid 7.7. Number three. Number three is another, well, how many? Oh, yeah. At the moment, we had only one cookie puzzle, and all the others were 3 and 5. Some 4, only like a bunch of 4, 3 4s. All the others were just 3 and 5. Well, with puzzle number 3, we have a 2-star, a 2 cookies puzzle. And the puzzle was made by Matty Drag. And oh yeah, and you have this connection in which well, you have another Masio that is Masio with unclear circles, and this connection with this that is not a 3x3 Sudoku, but it's a 3x3 grid that contains 1 to 9 cells, all the cells between 1 and 9, all the digits between 1 and 9. I don't think there was much connection between the two grids, honestly, because like this one is just I mean, it's just a 3x3 box. But yeah, part of that very smooth puzzle, and kind of feels like one grid is the puzzle and the other is just a solution check. Sadly, very little interaction. There wasn't really room for lodging the small grid. The diamond felt like a patch for loop parity, especially with the value not also affecting the fruit. Yeah, not very generally enjoyable, but not much in the way of interesting logic. That's pretty much what they say. It's still 7.5 score with still very high smoothness. That's it. Let me see some of the comments. Yeah. People say that, but point is that I didn't solve all the puzzles. I like, if I remember correctly, I have 7 puzzles that I didn't solve, and I want to solve all of them before giving the medals. So I will write a message with the medals. I'm sorry, but I mean, I'm starting to feel that I'm starting with 10 because 7 is gonna be the highest score with the first scores. Okay, I will tell you. I just extracted the 10 as usual from the random.org website, but it will be fun. Yeah. Anyway, Number 4. Puzzle number 4 was Matt Geek that didn't submit the puzzle, and now we have broken puzzle number 5, and yeah, it was Jubele or Jubail, as I said the other day. I don't know how to name it, that name, but the puzzle is this one, and well, this puzzle had some problems with the well, in terms of uniqueness, because the final solution is broken, and also you have something in the rules that is ambiguous and wrong. So we had to clarify one of the things. In rule sentence 1, say which grid is which. There is a thing that clarifies. I have a bit of recommendations from one of the judges that I want to share with the jury if they want, because rules are very ambiguous, very hard to understand, and puzzle is broken and did not follow the proper naming convention. But yeah, so I was the third in a little bit of correspondence between judges and the Jubail about this puzzle, because they wanted to ask stuff and clarify stuff and ask and so on and so on and so on. Point is, the puzzle, apart the fact that it's non-unique, apart the fact that, I mean, broken, not unique, but broken, apart the fact that it's hard to clarify what's going on and what the puzzle wants from you, the puzzle was considered as fantastic. Smooth, fun, good bouncing, incredibly well constructed, with a lot of good interplay between the grids. For 2 of the judges, it was like one of the highest scores in their brilliance and their creativity scores. And one of the judges gave them a very high enjoyment, even if the puzzle had the rules problem. So even if it's broken, again, 7.4 with a 6 in adherence, but 23 in creativity and 22 in smoothness and 8.5 in enjoyment. I mean, this round is just, I don't know what to say, okay? I literally don't know what to say. I don't know. I literally don't know what to say. What the hell, okay? But 7.4 with a broken puzzle is insane. And as you can see in the notes, there are some clarifications. For example, the fact that the rules say that the loop here in the gradule passes through some cells, and then I have through the center of some cell, but instead it goes through every cell, for example. But yeah. About puzzle number 6, I decided to not show what the setter sent. It was made by Ikemanga, and the setter sent an incomplete puzzle. It was shared to the judges, but the judges dealt with it, saying that what they received was just a concept, and they didn't have a way to score the concept, because the same concept could give a good puzzle or a bad puzzle, considering how you go in your puzzling, your setting experience. So they just decided to not accept the puzzle, and the puzzle was considered as not submitted. That was the decision, and I think it was a good decision, just because again they didn't feel right in scoring an incomplete puzzle and rating an incomplete puzzle. I mean, unless my prompt is set a break-in, for example, And I'm saying that because it's a thing that I had in mind. Like in turn one, I had like in season one, I had this idea of a prompt setup break-in and roll break-in. This was nice. This was interesting. But the problem is that sometimes you don't know where a break-in ends. So yeah, it's like the same. Like you can't exactly rate a concept if the others are setting entire puzzles. I think it makes sense, right? But yeah, I see that no one is commenting, so I hope that I'm still there. But and then we get to puzzle number 7. Puzzle number 7 was by Fueter, and I hope that, oh come on, restart, yeah, and yeah, and this puzzle was amazing, was insane, and was amazing. It was brilliant, was astounding, was fun, was at the start I thought it like it was insane in a bad way when I started looking at it and looking at it, because I just thought, okay, it's really big, it's like a Satan, it's a 5-star puzzle. Yeah, no, it's not. It's insanely good. It's beautiful. It's the logic is all well crafted, well put together. Everything is just placed in the perfect ways. The parity inside and that side is working so well. You have this with a so big puzzle. You can think that some of the regions, maybe, for example, I mean, I'm just highlighting one of them, will be just placed there just because you needed that shape. No, everything is just crafted in a way that I don't know, that like it looks like if every single one of those shapes was crafted to be that shape and not other shapes. The break-in is insane. The fact that you are working through like 2 different parts of the grid and then connecting them to another one and then another one and then another one, and then you are finding out stuff about parity, it works insanely good. I don't know what to say, but it's wow. It's just wow. Scanning the outer grid for particular letter pairs was tiring at times because of the volume of text, but yeah. The only thing is that uniqueness arguments are strictly forbidden, they said, and yeah, the puzzle is like one of the judges said the volume available uniqueness actions is unfortunate, but I did obey the last rule. Yeah, you would just miss a lot of the puzzle if you just go for the uniqueness, and the puzzle just would go straight, and you would not understand the incredible crafting that there was here. And yeah, as Niv said, this was the puzzle that for like half of the judging time had 210 out of 10 scores. It was incredible, honestly incredible. And yeah, it got 210 out of 10, one like 9.8, stuff like that. And still, at the same time, it got an 8.4. All of those before the corrections that I make through the scores in the weights for normalizing the scores. But yeah, and so 4 stars puzzle and a 9.4 puzzle score, 19.25 adherence and 24 creativity, 18.8 brilliance, 22.75 smoothness and 9.5 enjoyment. the highest of the entire round. I don't know. It was insane. It was just beautiful. Yeah. I kind of wish that number 7 had support for critical cell in one grid and highlighting it in the other. Yeah, exactly. I also tried to make that work. Yeah, it's coming. I'm gonna try. Big congrats. Also, I was really expecting that the central grid was going to be nearly fully correct before writing numbers in the grid, and it impressed me how early numbers were used. So yeah, exactly. Talking like it refers by score. No. I mean no, but you see what I mean, okay? There, but yeah, and it's highest not by just two decimals, but a lot. Okay, 9.4 is insane, and it was 10. It was 10 for like half of the judging period. That was, I don't know. It was an amazing performance. Well, anyway, number 8 was SS Granor. And number 9, the last non-unique puzzle, was from Chef of Death. And I didn't solve this one. Was the other submersion roller one? Was okay. You have some kind of Uban that works here. I didn't solve this one. I know that it was non-unique, and I waited for this one. I wanted to solve the others before, but as I said, I didn't have time. And as I say, the fact that the non-unique puzzles are getting very high scores continues. And I mean very high scores here. Again, the non-unique part is very near the end here, and the rules definitely need clarification. And an example image might go a long way if publishing. So yeah. Just solved the symmetry also in the opening. I said I don't know much about the puzzle. I just know that the ratings are insane. It got some of the highest rates ratings in all the scores apart from adherence, and this one got even being non-unique at the end, got an 8.1 with an 8 in adherence, but 23, 19, 23, and 9. That's just insane. That's that's literally insane. But yeah, I don't know. I guess I ask what happened if some of those non-unique puzzles were unique, because I mean this one would have got like 9 at least 9. This one, so yeah, probably more than 9, right? Higher here and here, yeah, maybe 9.1 with a unique puzzle. I don't know. To say. Time for the worst one. Let's go. That's everyone. Jace wasn't expecting that. Yeah, exactly. Wow, that's and it was like everything, right? Yeah. So 3.7 cookies for a round in which I asked for 4 cookies. So yeah, we are still in the way. There were some 5-star cookies, 5 cookies puzzles. And I mean, yeah, maybe more than expected. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. 9 of the 29 puzzles were rated 5, but as you can see, a lot of them were just rated 3. Only 1 2 stars and 1 star. An incredible 8 average for the puzzle score. So yeah, that's, as I said, that's just insane. And as you can see, 15.8 in adherence, not so high, but 21.8 in creativity, very high, and 19.8 in smoothness, that's also very high. So yeah, the thing that put everything up was probably the creativity. 21.8 is just insane. Consider that in turn one was 18.5, as you can see. There was higher adherence, of course, but enjoyment and smoothness were pretty much the same instead between the two rounds. But yeah, I will reach you for the medals in the next few days after I finish with my solves. And I think it's time to see what happens to the league table. Because, like, Piotr got a 9.9, sadly not 10 or not more than 10. But yeah, that's really insane, honestly. I refuse to accept mine being 5, by the way, just saying. Oh, yeah, the cookies, okay, yeah, I get what you mean. I get what you mean. And now I have to ask, wait a second. I have to remember how I did this. Oh yeah, probably I did this way, right? I connected these, if I remember correctly. It went. I think so. No, this score. Yeah, I copied this one. Sorry, I was just trying to remember what I did. Okay, I scored with this. Then I'm copying these because I'm doing this and then this. Yeah, okay. Nice. Okay, it's like this. So let's go. Sorting update. And here you have it. So 9.05 for Agent. And then Piotr, that just went up with a 9.9 to just to second place. Kalumpu with a 8392. Ithrio 859. Alex Hugo 7991. Pildiat 789. J40 7691. Nelguin 7889. Niverio 7888. 7491, and so on and so on and so on. Yeah. So very well done. I mean, there is some fight here, at least in the first 4 places, and then all of these are pretty much around the same scores. Yeah. So what can I say? Like, what can I say? Still. Very high scores here to the right. Yeah. I mean, did I want to check a thing. Sorry, I want to check a thing. God of Hours, for example. I mean, let me just check the. Yeah, like I'll use. Computer 18629. Okay. Okay. It went right. Okay. Sorry, I was not convinced that everything worked well here, but yeah, it did. And so yeah, what can I say? It's everything. I hope you're enjoying round 3 instead with the mystery / instructionless. I know that we will see a lot of very strange stuff, and then I'll just change here, shade here the fact that Piotr just went up by 14 places. That's what can I say? 14 places is I don't know. Okay, I don't know what to say here, but yeah. And then +2, +2, +6, +9. plus 6, plus 12, plus 5, minus 1, plus 7, plus 14, plus 16 for the bookworm. Minus 7, plus 7, plus 15, plus 2, plus 14. I mean, a lot of changes here at the moment. I mean, you can expect that. And still, it looks a bit off. What? Did it? Did it? Let me return here. The computer was there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah. What? Tell me what's going on. I don't know what you are talking about. Please tell me. I think the scores were rescaled to have the highest score of 10. What do you mean? I don't know what you're meaning. Please tell me in private if you think something is wrong. 29. Okay. J40. Oh. Oh, you're right. Okay. What's going on here? You're right, but I have no idea what's going on here. It's off by 1, but I don't see why. Sorry. Give me just a second. Miss Master 775, Alessugo 8.5, Awesome Sauce 7 digit. Green 835, Niverio 83, Fidiat 84, Curator 885, second blue Fidiat 885. Oh. Oh, for some reasons those changed. The same things changed somehow. Oh, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. You were right, Jay. Thank you. I will have to correct this manually. I don't know why it changed. Chef Bet 805, J 835, Math Guy 73. Yeah, Fish Meat 815, Antique 7, Prime Weasel 72. I'm sorry, you all. Okay, 825. This ground 695. Oh yeah, even there. 695. What? 760 Bail. The blue film 82. Okay. Mati Drag 755. Okay. Mati Drag 755. They changed with the same here. Probably. Oh, it was probably a fact of the sorting. Yeah, the jokes 81. Jokes 81. Oblivion 805. Ah, same. Adim 68. And then normally 675. I'm sorry, all. On planner 67, 65, 71 Akash, 655 with Meister, 8 on 6, and then 25 view 495, and then I guess Andrew 655, 655, okay. Then you have the others 5.95. Yeah. Yes, I'm very sorry. I am very sorry. Now everything goes. Okay. Yeah, it was it was that. Exactly. But I mean, I had to use that, but yeah, you're right. This one was just made simply connecting stuff, and yeah, I probably correct that for the other rounds. Sorry. Yeah, never mind. Anyway, thank you all. Jay, now we are there, so you have a plus 13, and it should be correct now. So thank you all. I hope you enjoyed, and well, as usual, see you next time, I guess. I will write to you the medals in the following days. Bye, you all. Thank you, and congrats to Agent Peter, Callum, Petru, Alice, Phil, Jane, Al, Neve, Fry, and so on and so on and so on. Very well done, and what an incredible round this was. What can I say? Thank you. Thank you all. Bye. Oh, there's someone to... No, no one to ride. Probably. Well, anyway, I have to go. Bye.